Oh, what's going on, everybody? It's been a minute. Before I even say anything, I want to congratulate everybody that came to the first private Camp Club 73. I want to say congratulations because that was amazing. I'm exhausted, but doggone did I have some fun. I had hours of driving, of talking about how much fun I had. Thank you, Stroke Boogie. Hey, thank you for that. Hey, everybody, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me and see me, give me two thumbs up when you come into the room. And thank you for the 73rd person to come into the room. I just seen the number 73 up there. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me and see me, give me two thumbs up. Thank you, everybody, for the confirmation. Thank you, Strobe Boogie. You was the first in the room. Chat is moving so fast I can't keep track. Tommy, wow. Ladybug. Let me see. Natasha, how you doing? Let's get my glasses on. Add to the rest of my. Thank you, my own beautiful Natasha, Amber, Monet. Let's see, Movington, Sam Whittle, how you doing? Unbiased LLC, how you doing, my sister? Boy, you would have loved to been there. This was your thing to be in. I'm telling you. Supreme Family Garden, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. I got some more information. Hey, Supreme Family Garden, my brother. Look, I know you gonna get a kick out of this. You said it was gonna happen. Thank you, Life with Sister. How you doing? Sister Spice, I think. All right, everybody. While we were away, I'm gonna get right into yeah, you see that? You see that? You've been trying to convince me to get a dog for how many years? 10? Yeah. It's a long story behind that. Y'all see the beard? I ain't shaved in weeks. Look at this. I ain't never had no nose hair mustache. You know what I'm saying? This is one of them nose hair mustaches come right out your nose and wrap around your mouth like you've been crying, snotting. So I just said I'm gonna let it go because I got something I'm doing. I'm filling my beard in for a role that I'm playing. Yeah, she already is. It's a little puppy girl. She already is. She stay with me. But we'll thank you, black woman. Uh, we'll definitely talk about no disrespect whatsoever. I understand. But back, I want to stay on the subject because I'm so tired. I do want to go back and creep back up into the bed. I want to tell everybody I'm not going to give details, but I'm going to ask everybody that I'm gonna let everybody know a few things like I normally do. And if you have any input whatsoever, you know, I'm listening. So I hear there was a hurricane that hit while we were gone. I I was totally unaware of the hurricane because where we were, which I won't disclose the location. One thing about our private Camp Club 73, we will never disclose the location and we will never disclose the video footage from that because when I said private, I meant private. If anybody wanted to join us on a normal camp gathering, um, just fairly random, that's fine. But Camp Club 73 is exclusive, it's private, and we all voted. It ain't just me making all the decisions anymore. This is a real family, it's a real club. And we all vote on the decisions that we make in that club. So we all voted on, well, I really wanted it that way, but we all voted on keeping all of our affairs private, away from the public. That keeps us safe, and it makes it more family oriented. Family, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for like-minded group of people that's looking for the same thing. And it's easy to do that when things are private. They have clubs here on YouTube where you become a private membership. You become a private member, right? And you pay a fee to become a private member of that club here on YouTube. Well, what we done was we're pretty much paying those same fees that you would pay on a platform, but putting those funds into real life, real play, and help fund our club, help fund our trips, help fund our activities. And that money just doesn't go into a third party's pocket. It goes 100% into um, our club funding. So I thought that would be a better use of the time and the money the way we do it. So let's see who we got in here. Indigenous, how you doing? Most healed, how you doing? Adina Collins in the house. So I wanted to I wanted to bring. I'm not going to talk about Camp Club 73 per se, but I will touch on things that everybody needs to work on, which we do, right? Things that I always talk about that keeps us safe and keeps us out of harm's way. I'm not going to get into the gloom and doom of anything. You know what? Before I even get into any of that, can I say one other thing? Um, say, say people who are willing to pay will be more inclined with the same message and not be trolled. Exactly. I'm gonna say this, you guys. This was one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had. We've had several. I think this is the fifth meetup, but the first private meetup. It was so humbling to me to see everybody chipping in. Instead of everybody listening to me, everybody is helping. Everybody got suggestions. Everybody is putting their first foot forward and doing stuff, and ain't nobody waiting for me to make decisions for the group. And it also let me see, even though we are all like-minded, we are all so different. We are all so different. And you have to respect that. When somebody is different than you tend to not gravitate around them because they're so much different from you. I guess that's because you're looking at their outwardly or their exterior or you judging them by a couple of things they say. And I will be the first one to say, I'm good for doing that, okay? My eyebrow raised soon as I see one little quirk, one little weird, no. I'm sure people do that to me too. That's wrong because absolutely everybody at this campsite was 100% different than me. Like minded in thinking, but in every way different than me. Everybody was original. Everybody had their own original personalities and auras around them. And man, it was, God, I learned from people. I learned. See, I just wasn't there. I learned from brothers and sisters while I was there. Do you know how that makes me feel? To just be quiet, shut up, and watch and learn and listen. See, I really don't talk this much. And the people that meet me in person know. They might think something is wrong with me. Ain't nothing wrong with me when you meet me in person. I don't talk that much. I observe. I like to learn stuff too. Um, Said I would hope you learn from others. Life is a way of making us learn. Yes, unbiased LLC. Authentic people are so wonderful to be around. It makes their presence priceless. Amen. Amen. Because it was some authentic folks there, and I ain't gonna speak too detailed on the situation, but I'm gonna tell you this: the best thing I could have ever done was decide to make this club private and exclusive. That was the best thing I could have ever done. I don't know what you mean, Maxine. Let me see. Say life is short and enjoy what you love. Amen. So I'm going to tell you one thing that I witnessed. I don't Talking is one thing, but witnessing factual actual facts is something to fall in love with. Say been like that all my life. There was a time when I had no choice but to observe. Amen to that. We were gone for 5 days. We were in, I'm going to call it the wild. Of course, it ain't like the wild, wild. But doggone it, when you ain't got no electricity and water. We'll talk about that later, Maxine, because that's not, we can't mess with that right now. Email me, please, because that's too serious of a subject. And I don't want to steer you wrong. Uh, I watched I watched a group, big group of people watching them do the 5 gallon bucket challenge for 5 days. Wasn't nobody talking about it. They were living it for 5 days. There was no restrooms unless you wanted to take a hike and go find one. We were boondocking the dot pod. Hey, grown with Hudson, how you doing, my sister? Uh, uh, Girl Dad, how you doing, my brother? Hey, Katina Brooks, I hope to see you there someday. We were boondocking. There was no electricity. We had one water spout amongst the whole group that we had to share. And just because you had one water spout, that meant you better be filtering this water because it smells strange. We taught one another. We had classes and taught in our classes, and everybody learned something new. You didn't just have to um, poop in the 5 gallon bucket. Here's the other thing: you got to harvest water from that spigot, carry it back to your camp. Where were y'all? Sorry if I missed it. Yeah, we can't disclose the locations when we have a gathering. Okay, not in the private club. Katina, next month I will teach my grandson how to pitch a tent, and we'll sleep in it. That will be wonderful. I would love if you put it on your video on your channel too. The other thing about 5 gallons of water is rationing your water. Because do you want to walk all the way back to that spigot and fill up another 5 gallons of water, filter another 5 gallons of water? So rationing your water, that's where those washing scrubs come in, but we're going to talk about that in a second. Life with Sister says, I would love to be part of the club. You can go onto our website and apply, because this is a real club, so you have to apply and be approved. So that is easilygrowngarden.com/products, and we'll go from there. I'm going to put the website on the at the end of this video in the description box. So and I'm going to pin it in the first pinned comment. Say Soil Sister, wish y'all were closer. I would love to participate. Yeah, I was about to say you might be closer to where the location was. We didn't do Myrtle Beach. We didn't do Myrtle Beach. So I'm answering while I'm talking to. Said Tiger69 says when your water has that smell, you can draw it out and put it in a clean container and set it for a day, and this won't smell so bad. Yeah, but time is of the essence because you need the water now. Can I ask what region? I'm in the southeast, and I'm trying to find folks. We are in the southeast. I am in South Carolina. Growing with Hudson, I know this is off subject, but because of your inspiration of citrus lead, I harvested my first ever Ponderosa lemon. It was priceless. Thank you. Well, you know what? Congratulations, my sister. Congratulations. And you know something? That's wonderful. But you want to know why I didn't even know it was a hurricane in the Gulf and I didn't see your post? Because the only thing I've used my phone for all week was playing music for all the group. I didn't put out no video, nothing. Nothing. I'm sure y'all seen. I didn't go live because we don't live stream. The private club will never be live streamed. Matter of fact, that's a violation. So I really didn't see nobody on their phone clicking and clacking. And I promise you, if I could tell you what I saw people doing for about 2 nights straight all day, it was wonderful. I couldn't believe nobody was messing with their cell phone, but they were literally practicing survival in different pods. Like I didn't have nothing to do with it. Let me see. Superman says, okay, Superman. Let me see. I'm in Savannah, Georgia area, and even deep well water has a smell. Of course, it was sulfur, right? It was sulfur. But that's why I told everybody to bring your water filtration systems, and everybody did. I also brought the Berkey Clear, and we set it in a central location. So everybody chipped in. I left the Berkey in the middle of the town square, and if you took some water, you had to replace some water. Are the areas close to where you can fish? Yes. There was some fishing involved too. So everybody chipped in. I just didn't have to keep on walking around like this is a party. If you took some water out of the Berkey, everybody would replace the water so it had time to filter and trickle down and have fresh, clean water. It was so dope. But here's the other thing. At using the bathroom in the 5 gallon bucket, you had something to think about. Was now, what are you gonna do with it? Right? What you gonna do with it? Where you gonna have this at? So that was incredible. And everybody was like, now that they got it, what you gonna do with it? You ain't at home. We're far from anything. So thinking about what you gonna do with your waste. If you opening up packages and everything, we had Randy out there, the raccoon. So you had to watch where you put your food stuff because we had a food attack one night. So again, you couldn't just be eating all willy-nilly inside your tent. And it was beautiful. Okay. I wrote down a few things. Um, uh, do anything, do do anything but spill it. No, you ain't gotta spill it. It could be in a package. No. They'll rip through the boxes, bags, open up containers. They got thumbs, baby girl. Let me see. Hold on. Only those folks that went is tenting only. No campers with own holding tanks, generators, propane. No, no, there was no. This one was no RVs and campers allowed. This was straight tent. Yeah, raccoons are serious. Okay, some people think they cute, some people think they gross, but they are one of the smartest creatures that's walking around your neighborhood. Believe that, because we've had personal several situations where we literally watched the raccoons open up refrigerator freezers with a locking latch. The only way you could have did that is you got to have a opposable thumb. Our issues where this place had bears. We're in the South, so there's bears pretty much everywhere. And everybody was equipped. I asked everybody to come equipped with something to deter bears. Uh, I'm not telling or disclosing the location where we were. Okay. If you want to know those things, that's part of the club. You would have to join the club to know that. Let me see. Say always best to tie your food up in trees. And yes, you are right. You say they wash their hands before they eat. Yes, they do. And after. Trash bag inside the bucket with the litter. Yes, but you still got to get rid of it. Say bears, coyotes, mountain lions here in South Carolina. Yes, yes, it is. What is the best idea you learned? The best idea? I want to say the best thing that I've learned is everybody ain't got to be like you. Everybody ain't got to talk like you. Everybody ain't got to think like you to be equally respected and equally listened to. I can't say which best idea, but I learned and I was humbled by everybody does not have to look like you. Everybody does not have to agree with you. Everybody does not have to like your ideas to be equally respected and equally listened to and learned from. So that's what I learned. Before I passed judgment, it was a good idea for me sometime to just shut up and listen. And I learned a lot. When you shut up and listen, you learn a lot, right? So, yeah, that's what I learned. That was my best learning lesson. Okay. I had many lessons, but that one was I want to say I I brought that home with me. And what I'm going to do is share that here even on social media. because I know I could be a little rough around the edges because the age of social media has made me a little, it has hardened me a little bit. But I think I'm just going to kind of lighten up, try my best to lighten up a little bit, lighten up and learn from others, even when they trolls and bots. You know, just lighten it up a little bit because I know I can come across a little harsh at times. Say, I want to know how to turn salt water into fresh water. Join the camp and we can do that. See, that's the thing about this camp. We learn at this camp. We have fun and we learn. And we're learning how to survive. That's the best part. Okay? Thank you, Amy. Right, it doesn't cost a dime to be kind. Mitch says, what was one thing that was missed that you know not that you now have to what? One thing that you missed that you know now to have on hand. Patience. Uh, mm. Oh, I got one. I got one. No, nobody brought MREs. Um, Organization. For me, that's personal for me. My organization skills are whack. I'm gonna keep it 100. My organization skills are lame. I'm a person I like to throw stuff in a box. I don't know where nothing is at, and I just hope. Good God, girl. Mm, she killed me with that one. I wasn't ready for that one. My organization skills is whack. So next time, right now I'm going to prepare to be more organized for next one. You see, she got travel belly, bubble gut. We had that long drive, and now whoo, that don't smell digested right there. She look at her. She right here curled up under me, stinking up my house coat. You smell like you smell like they need to start reading the eulogy after you. Good God. Okay, let me answer that other question. Uh, what was the age range like with the group? Okay, Queen. I'm gonna say, and I'm just going by looks. 25. I'm just going by looks. I'm gonna go by looks and knowledge. 25 to 85. You heard that correctly. Now, somebody looked 25 to me, but I don't know how old they really were. But somebody was actually 85 years old. And when we did the victory tour, the victory trail walk, not only did they go, they kept up with the tribe and didn't stop ever. They listen, only thing I can say is they said they were 85. Nobody believed them. I would give it, this person looked 60, maybe 65 to me. Looks, but you know what? They don't be cracking. Uh I guess they ain't got no reason to lie, you know. 85 years old. And a salute. Salute to that member. Cause oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the things that I hope to be that healthy at 85. I hope to be not just make it to 85, but be that healthy and look that good. Okay? Say the dog pot. How many you say want? I don't understand what that question is. Excuse me, y'all. How many you say went? Um, I don't know. I want to say, I don't know. I don't know the head count. I'm just going to give it. I'm going to give it roughly 20, but I don't know. I really don't know because some people brought family members, so I don't know. All right. I'm gonna touch on a couple of other things, y'all. That we've already talked about that. Say I'm 35 and want to improve my health. That's one of the classes that we're going to be talking about. Okay, but we only do that. We're only going to be doing that on the club, in the private group, and in the private chats. The club consists of private chats once or twice a month, and group meetups and group meetings. So, and we all vote on certain things. This is not a I don't even want to start talking about political stuff, but this is everybody can vote. All right, I don't want to say the key words here. When you have if when you have congested, okay, I'm learning. I'm learning. When you have congested heart failure, could I bring my scooter if I did join the club? Yes. If that you mean you're like a hover round style scooter, you yes, yes. I have no problem with that. And again, you do not have to necessarily participate in absolutely everything. It's not forcible. We're just coming together. This is not no motorcycle gang, okay? Nobody's getting initiated, get jumped in. Not that. Say wise move to surround yourself with wise counsel, especially now. Exactly, and that's part of the reason we're doing this because times are so stupid. Um, you really need to know who's on your team right now. Okay, so washing up was a situation. Everybody cracked on me about having those scrub wash wipes. But let me tell you, the main reason that I tried to show people about those scrub wipes, it wasn't about you have better options like a washcloth. Who doesn't have a washcloth? Who doesn't have on a clean sock that you can use? The reason for the scrub wash towels with the soap already in it is for water conservation. It was not that it's going to get you the cleanest it can get you, but it's going to keep your hygiene from you getting diseases and with the least amount of water. You cannot do that with cotton. If you put a drop of water on cotton, it's going to absorb it to the point you won't even know you wet it. On this material, not only is it going to spread that water, but it's going to activate the soap and it's also going to make the whole thing moist and damp where you can actually wash your whole body with this wipe. Remember, head to toe first, not toe to head, or you're going to be what I like to call kissing your own ass. If you wash your butthole first and then come up here and try to wash your face, that is what I call kissing your own ass. So don't do that. Face first, then, hit the attic and then the basement. Okay? Let me see. Do you have, Mitch says, do you have a video on the top 10 essentials to have on your practice, your prep outings? Yes, but we've been discussing that privately in the club. Say, thank you, but I want to ride the trail and feel part of. No, that's no problem. Yeah, she's under my arm right here. You see her. She ain't going nowhere. The camera is even better down here. I can see better. I don't know. I don't know, but I did a whole video on the I don't know what it's made out of, but we did a whole video on those scrub washers versus some fake scrub washers. See, I ordered mine yesterday. I will never go nowhere without those anymore. Is it all tent camping or can you bring a hammock as well? It's yes, pretty much all tent. But yes, you can bring a hammock if you think that's necessary for your situation. Yes, because it's not all survival. We enjoyed ourselves as well. Say, I feel you, brother, and always your teaching. Thank you so much about that. No, the mosquitoes weren't bad at all, but again, we all spoke on bringing the proper essentials to keep away insects, which were there was a lot of thermocells at the meetup, but we rarely needed them because the weather was so it was God. You hear me? It was a different. It's a different. I was about to say the weather was so perfect, but no, the weather was God. Do you hear me? The weather was God. It wasn't perfect. It was God because the temperature that it stayed on a consistent basis during the day had to be what it feels like in heaven. That's all I can think. Like when the weather is like that, where you don't even think of the weather, you don't think of it's hot, it's warm. Do I need a jacket? Do I need a scarf? It's just to just live and enjoy your life kind of weather. So that was now the nights kind of got a little weird, but late night. Like I'm talking like 4 or 5 o'clock a.m. A couple nights it got a little weird, but that was it. Okay, John, I see you. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna knock out this list. We're gonna keep going. If I don't see anybody asking anything, I'm gonna keep going. Uh, One of the things we dealt with was again the weather. So how are you gonna warm yourself up? Keep warm. We dealt with okay. Do you are you gonna use blankets? Your diesel heater? You're gonna use a propane heater like a buddy heater? Do you got a little electric heater? Which now you got to deal with solar, which we're gonna talk about. And now you got to deal with how are you going to keep cool during those days where it may just get too hot? You're going to use a fan. You got some sort of AC unit that you can power again with solar or a gas generator because there was no electricity. Uh, okay. So keeping cool, or sometimes all you had to do was unzip the windows on your tent to control the heat in your tent because the weather outside was great, but the way the sun would hit your tent would warm the inside of your tent up. Okay, and I talked about that. I talked about rationing. Talked about disposing of yours. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? Housekeeping. Housekeeping was a big deal of mine. I can't speak up for anybody else. Housekeeping means uh Missy Hawk. Hey, Missy Hawk, how you doing? Say, buddy heater saved me during the cold. That first night, I had to cut that buddy heater on, but it wasn't working. And that was the thing. Was I'm glad you made it home too, Missy Hawk. Uh, the buddy heater, I did not check my buddy heater before we left, and it cost me dearly. So we had to just blank it up on that first night. I think we both had a problem. No, that was me and somebody else. I don't want to mention their name, but had a buddy heater problem. We had to solve definitely. Uh, let's see. We got that. Housekeeping, keeping your tent clean and keeping your campsite clean, manageable, and orderly. I was not good at that because I was running around like a chicken with the head cut off. So, like when you done today, you got dirty, grimy, nasty, funky, sweaty. What you gonna do with your dirty clothes? Are you gonna just throw them back in your luggage case with your clean clothes? Do you have a bag? Um, Do you have a bag to put your dirty clothes in? Do you have a space to put your dirty clothes in? That kind of stuff. Are you going to leave your human waste in the bucket? What are you going to do with it? Housekeeping, and make your bed, because here's the thing about housekeeping: when you in those tents and you out there in the middle of nowhere, uh it's creatures out there that you're not used to, and we all saw creatures that we were not used to. I saw bugs that I've never seen before in my life, and some of them were bugs I've seen before, but they was the wrong size. You understand me? So that was serious. Uh, Housekeeping was a big deal of mine. Okay, which was organization. Organization is one of those things, like, man, you need to have containers. Like my cart runneth over, the way she was organized with all her gear, I need to be on that level. Okay? What's going on here? Okay. Your sleeping arrangement. Your sleeping arrangement is serious. Because what are you sleeping on? There were several people that had sleeping situations that they weren't used to, or gear that they never used. Like, what are you sleeping on? An air bed, a cot? Um, you need to test your gear before you come to camp. And I'm not talking about lay on and be like, yeah, I think this gonna work. No, I mean literally, say you purchase a cot. Like, I purchased the disco beds, right? I didn't just purchase my disco beds and say, yeah, since Cart Runneth Over had these, I trust that they work. Now, I trusted they worked because I saw Cart Runneth Over and her friend on them, but I'm not built like Cart Runneth Over. So I was like, look, let me sleep on these mugs. You got 30 days, you could take them back. I slept in them. I went down to Florida in them. I went across country in them. And then I decided, yeah, I'm keeping these. Uh, so here's the thing. Your sleeping arrangement, you better test your sleeping arrangement and how you going to sleep and what you're going to be sleeping on before you go really putting them to the test. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Getting your rest is everything. Getting your proper sleep for the next day and the next adventure is everything, because every day what we did was we did some kind of training, some kind of lesson that took energy. It took thought. And if you sleepy, and if you hungry, and if you thirsty, and if you hot, or if you cold, man, you gonna be useless. And in an emergency situation, like a hurricane, lights out situation, or anything else, when you are exhausted and you don't have anything left in your gas tank, you're not going to be able to do anything exhausted. You're just going to be so dizzy. You're going to be sitting there in one spot for 3 hours thinking about the stuff you need to do and want to do, but you can't move because your body doesn't have enough energy to do it. Missy Hawk says, I found out that my tent size was great, but that stupid D door was the worst. Going to get a different tent and will test sleeping on the cot, not the air bed. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. See, we really put our stuff to the test. Everything that you've purchased now is like, yeah, that's cool. That's not going to work. For instance, I always tell people, do not get a tent. Now, for emergencies, of course, yeah. But for anything else, never purchase a tent that you personally cannot stand up in. Just don't do that. Don't do it, especially if you up in age. If you cannot stand in a tent, and I'm not talking about bent down, I mean literally, if you can't stand straight up in your tent, you need to pull out a couple more dollars, couple more cents, get a tent that you can stand in. And that's for everybody. You got to trust me on this. I'm not making this up. Because you do more than sleep in your tent. You wash up in your tent. You bathe in your tent. You put your clothes on in your tent. You know, even if you out in the middle of nowhere, you don't necessarily want to be out there naked because you don't know who may be a creeper watching you, right? Even though you might be in the middle of nowhere, you think you're in the middle of nowhere. Okay. So soil so say you will definitely learn real quick. Gotta pull equipment out of the box before stuff happens. Learning curve is everything. Yes, that's right. Uh, so your knees need to take it easy. Yes, I'm serious about it too. You ain't gonna be wanting to spend a whole bunch of time down on your knees doing nothing. Say I tried using a pool float one time on the tent camping trip, and it was a bad mistake. Try using a pool float one time on a tent camping trip. What happened with the pool float? What did you use it for? Say yeah, you don't want to be fighting to try to get out of the tent if there's danger. Yes. Okay. Now, your community helping out was is very important. You know, this that great sense of community was everything to me, right? Great, that was everything to me. So and here's the last one that I got on my list because I'm dibbling and dabbling, which is having the proper tools. If you if you have the proper tools to do all the jobs on it for your situation, have the proper tools, right? Let me see. Katina says, yeah, 2 or 4 man tent is for one person. Amen. In an emergency, a 2 to 4 man tent is a 1 person tent, or even a 2 person tent, and you better love them. That's all I'm saying, because y'all gonna be real close. You still got to store your stuff and your equipment, your supplies inside of it. Now, when they tell you a 2 man or a 4 man tent, that's for 4 people laying straight down and y'all touching shoulder to shoulder on the floor of the tent. That's where they get that number from. With nothing else inside, 4 people inside of sleeping bags, shoulder to shoulder. That's where they get that number. They didn't include your equipment or anything else like that. So please be aware of that. So my mom used a pool float to sleep on. Oh, yeah. Okay. Playing with the water, the kids stayed on the beach and also used to sleep on the floor. Okay. I got you. I got you. All right. So I really wanted to come in here and tell everybody, especially the people that are, especially to the members of Camp Club 73, man, thank you. Thank you for all the love that y'all, oh my God, the love. Let me see. Said, did you all cook and eat together? Yes, we did. Almost every meal. Did you all bring food items together as a group? Yes, we all did. Yes, we did. We broke bread. This was not no bring your little sack lunch and go off in the corner and eat it. We cooked. We broke bread together. We talked together for hours. No, we talked together for days. Forget hours. We learned something about one another. We all made new friends. Some people were new. Some people I never saw before, but they've been watching on the channel for years, and I was able to meet them and be close friends with them. And here's the other thing about being in the community in Camp Club 73. It's more than just it's get away from this social media. Okay. This is when again I wanted the group so close where look, hey, let's exchange personal phone numbers. Kind of close. Not no, well, see you on YouTube. Not that. That's why I stopped making it public and made it private. Because now I feel that we need to we need to bring this to another level of consciousness, of reality. All right. Because when it's open to the public, all it is an open forum, just like social media, where any old nutcase can just show up and act a fool. So, nah, I want a place. This is what I'm trying to build. This is what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build a place where you wouldn't be ashamed to bring your mother. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Missy Hawk say, no, sir, thank you and Lady Liv for an outstanding camp. It was an amazing time. You could feel the love from everyone. You know what? And you know what? You ain't just speaking words. You ain't just speaking words. I felt the love from everybody. From everybody. I did not one time say, did you see that crazy stuff that was? There is nothing I had to say. Did you see old girl with da 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 da? You see old boy tripping on it? It was so perfect. It was so beautiful that it felt fake. It didn't, not fake. I ain't gonna say that. It was so perfect it didn't feel real. If I got a better explanation for you. It was so beautiful. I felt like I was having a family reunion. And my mother and my father was there, my uncles, my aunts, my cousins, you know, my little brother, my little cousins, everybody around, man. That's what I felt like. Marvin Gaye in the back, Frankie Beverly and Mays was playing. And that's the other thing. We could play music at this camp because I wasn't worried about the monetization. So we was jamming for 5 days. Man, y'all almost want to cry. I'm just trying to keep myself together. But I'm telling you, it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. This is what I've been trying to look for 15 years on social media. Reality. And on the way home, we have many hours of driving to think about it and talk about it. And I told my wife, I think we did it. I think we finally pulled it off, what I've been looking for. That camaraderie, that brotherhood, that family feeling. I want to build it. I wanted to build a place where I wouldn't be ashamed to bring my mother. I wouldn't be ashamed to bring my pastor. I wouldn't be ashamed to bring my children. Nothing is going on so crazy that my children can't hear it. Nothing is going on so crazy that my grandmother couldn't hear it. I want this to. I'm trying to build something that's so universally blessed, like the old days. I lived in a time where there were situations where your grandmother, mom, dad, children, and grandchildren and great grandchildren are in the same room, and we're all able to watch the same movie and listen to the same music without anybody either being embarrassed, or this is too adult for you, or this is too raunchy and childish and nasty for you. Everybody could enjoy this one movie. For instance, let's get this Back to the Future, right? The movie Back to the Future. That is a movie that is so universally wholesome. Grandparents can watch it. Mom and dad can watch it. Children can watch it. Grandchildren can watch it. All in the same room at the same time and enjoy it. And nobody got to cover their eyes or anything weird, right? The music that's playing is like in my time growing up, there was songs that was made where grandma could be in the same room, mom and dad, the children, the grandchildren, the great grandchildren, and we could all listen to Silky Silky Soul Singer by Frankie Beverly and Mays, and it's universally touching. Everybody can listen to Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, and we can all get a message from all the way to grandma, mom and dad, children, great grandchildren, can all get a same message because the message is so universal from Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. I felt This camp was that. It was so universally wholesome that anybody could come and anybody would feel welcome without feeling like you're standing out, or this music is so raunchy that I feel uncomfortable. A church member could come to this and not feel like, I shouldn't be listening to that, or none of that. That's what I've been looking for, and I think that's what we're building, and I want to keep building on that. I want to have fun, but I'm trying to build my own time machine, go back in time and find what's universally helpful for the people, and at the same time, so wholesome that it moves us all and propels us all forward with learning and knowledge all at the same time. We don't have that anymore. Okay. Hey Eileen, how you doing? She's saying, thank you, Eileen. She said, I felt so at home, led. It was like a family reunion. Yes, it was. I, oh, wait a minute. You wait 1 second here. Oh, I was about to go do. Thank you so much for that. It felt. I'm glad you was there. It felt like taking a breath when you was having an asthma attack. You having an asthma attack, you think this you about to bite the dust and meet the creator, but you it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So before I go, um, did I have any questions whatsoever? Because I just wanted to touch base and let everybody know where we were during camp, and then people down in the Gulf getting hit by a hurricane. So blessings and prayers go all the way out to the family in the Gulf and wherever the hurricane hit, touched, and the lives that it affected. We had no idea. But I'm going to tell you this. This is exactly what we've been preparing for. Things like that was something to come up crazy. And you know what just blew my mind? Everybody was ready for anything. I just could not. Something else I got to throw in there too. Not only was everybody ready for anything, and when I say anything, I mean anything. Everybody it was helping each other. Nobody was waiting on, I just want Lead Farmer to help me. I've had that happen. What's up, B Rich? Uh, Let me see. Say, what's up, Led? Would you see this growing into a bug out group family like a community? We are, Bert Richardson. This is a private club. We created a private club. It's called Camp Club 73. It is a community. We did talk about bugging out. We talked about prepping. We talked about everything privately. So yes, definitely. It ain't gonna become one. It already is one, but it's just not public like it was before. Now, you have to go through a process to become a member. But I'm telling you, even if you just want to support, you can support the club. But for the most part, I have nothing else to say. It was so much, it was just, I'm speechless. I'm tired. And it humbled me because when I got home and the lights is on, lamp, shower, it was weird. When you first get home, I know you be relieved to be home, but you can't help but think about, kind of like Castaway. We all talked about Castaway. Like now we understand When Tom Hanks finally made it to shore, he was looking at light switches like, as hard as he was trying to light his fires and stuff. That's all you got to do. All you got to do, all the food or seafood you could eat on the table, and he was about to die because he couldn't catch fish. That's kind of how we was out there feeling. Say we okay. 99 Fabrication says we need a group like that out here on the West Coast. You know something, 99. If this, if I can nurture this and grow it to what I want it to be, what I would like to do is expand it and franchise it out for different locations. Even though we do traveling is part of this, but I would like to expand it so everybody can feel it. But and have a certain universal set of guidelines across the board so we can keep. You know how a restaurant is like, listen, you got to use the secret sauce. You can call it Dave's Big Boy, but you got to make the burger the same. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. But I wanna establish this one first and work all the kinks and the bugs out before we grow, because I don't want this one just to get so big that it's uncontrollable, not uncontrollable, but just not realistically obtainable. Uh, Unrealistic goals after a while once things get too big and ridiculous. Look at Walmart, right? Okay. Right, 99, yes. A standardization, correct. All right, any questions, y'all, before I dip out of here? Thank you, Dana. Thank you so much. Anybody, any questions, anything, any statements, anything you need to know, want to know? If you don't have anything, any questions, I'm going to say this, okay? To join the group, I'm going to put my website on the website on here is easilygrowngarden.com/products. That'll tell you everything you need to know. I'm going to put Lady Led's email in the chat as well with the website. And I'm going to put everything in the first pinned comment because there's a process to become a part of a member. We just don't just allow everybody in. Yeah, them days is over. Okay, this is going to be kind of like the Facebook group. I know some people get mad because we don't let everybody stay in the Facebook group or be in the Facebook group and all of that. They come in there cutting up. You got to go because it's a real group. Well, that's what this is. You get screened. All right. So, with that being said, everybody, let me see. Sharon says, Led, I'm glad you are doing this camp club. It's very humbling. This is indeed, this is indeed, this is needed. I'm sorry. I wish I was there. Well, it's still time to catch it. Okay. Everybody, thank you for being here. I want to tell you this was a life-changing event to me. It was a life-changing event. We had people from, let me see, the farthest reaches, I think was Michigan. Yeah, from Michigan. Let me see, Miami. Oh, I'm sorry. Miriam says, thank you for all you and Lady Led do. I normally watch you on TV, but I decided to use my computer tonight. My daughter have watched you for 3 years. We got the Jackery. Well, thank you for that. Thank you, Miriam. When is the next one? I want to join the camp club. Well, you can join the camp club because we discussed that. We haven't discussed the next one yet. We all discuss it. This is a real club, a real membership. I am not the only one that's going to be telling you what you are going to do. We vote on things. We discuss our situations. If everybody don't want to go to this location, we'll go to this location. That's what we do now. This isn't like the camping stuff before. Um, this is not a dictatorship. This is everybody votes on what we're going to do, want to do, and even while we were there, we discussed things that we want to do for the next one. And I'm telling you, all the ideas and suggestions, just I wrote them all down. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. Because I didn't have to think all by myself. You understand? Let me see. Danny says, we're from Delaware and we are considering joining. It seems real and empowering. It was, and I wish you could listen to the rest of the group. Because they don't have channels. Most of the group members do not have YouTube channels. So you may not hear their side of the story. See, I have to keep up so I can make the next one. I was ready this year. I did who was Angela Davis? I say I have to make the next one. I didn't get the memo, so let me see. I did not get the memo. We did it. We put out the this isn't a public thing anymore, Angela. We've created a group. I don't know if you just came in the chat, but we created a private exclusive club. So I announce it here on YouTube and on social media platforms when we're having meetings and how you can join, but we don't talk about nothing openly about our club situations anymore. It became very unsafe. So we created a private club, okay? So the next one, you would have to join the club to find out the rest. So that's why you didn't hear anything about the normal camp that we do, the survival camp. It ain't even called survival camp no more. Missy Hawk says, this was my Missy Hawk, everybody listen to this. Missy Hawk says, this was my first time camping, and this group eased my fears. I didn't want to leave early, but I'm still floating from this experience. Thank you for that. This was her first time camping, and you know what? Everybody chipped in. Everybody helped out. There were several first-time campers that have never camped before. All of their equipment was brand spanking new because they've never done this before. But we let everybody know you are not new here. You are with family. This ain't YouTube. How many times, Missy, I kept telling everybody, this ain't YouTube. Leave that, leave that alone. Y'all seeing me on this? Leave that alone, because that ain't this. You with family now. We are here to help one another. One of our sisters, I ain't gonna say that. One of our members brought their tent, but they left their pump, and their pump was proprietary. No other pump could fit in this tent. But there were members there say, hey, I brought an extra tent. You can have it. Use it until you can use it the whole time. Because here's what would have had to happen. We were in the middle of nowhere. There is nowhere she could have gotten that pump from. You can't drive an hour to Walmart to go find this particular pump, because this pump was only for that tent. So you can't just borrow one from somebody else either. So that member was able to, count on another member. Hey, you don't mind? Nope. Somebody needed extra refrigeration. Somebody needed extra wood. Somebody left their hammer. Somebody left this. Everybody left something. And we all kicked in and chipped in to make sure everybody was okay and comfortable. We've had members bring supplies out of nowhere. We call that member the angel. Because what that member did was utterly incredible. Just to drive, just to come to us, just to bring supplies. Because we were pretty much in the middle of nowhere. And this was the feeling, this was the thing once we got there. If you do not have all of your supplies, you are screwed. There ain't no just run down the street real quick. Let me run around to the Dollar General. Let me run around to the Walmart real quick. No, if you don't got it, it's a wrap. That's right, Missy Hawk. Missy Hawk said it was an act of selflessness. No matter what, everybody chipped in. Nobody, I didn't want nobody to feel like just because you didn't know something, and I didn't want to come off like Mr. Know-It-All. I wanted everybody to feel like, hey, you home? Hey, I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. Look, if I don't got it, we're going to go around and ask who else got something that can help you, right? This is a family. This is not YouTube. That's what I want to make sure people know. It's going to be a difference between what I do on YouTube and what we do as a group membership to Camp Club 73. Camp Club 73 is not YouTube. It won't be. It'll never be. I'll never mesh the two. The only thing I'll do is use this as a platform to alert the other members of the group. That's it. Okay? But what happens in camp, what do we all say, Missy Hawk? What happens in Camp Club 73 stays in Camp Club 73, right? All right, who is this? All right, Rami, how you doing? That's right, Missy Hawk. So I didn't want to keep y'all, I just wanted to let y'all know what was going on with us. And if you wanted to know more, again, you could ask in the comments here, or I'm going to put Lady Led's email down there and the website. Okay, so happy to hear that the group can get together and have a good learning experience. Boy, we had a ball. Had a ball. I didn't think so much could be jam packed in 5 days. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna need a few more days. I think truly 5 days is not enough. I know it is for some people, but not me. I need the 5 days of that action. I need a day of downtime. I need a day of getting myself together and a day of packing. That's what I need. 5 days was great, but I'm thinking of cranking that one up a little bit to 7 days, at least 7 days. You don't got to stay 7 days, but it's gonna have to be. It's going to have to be 7 days because it was a perfect but camp setup. Depending on how much stuff you bring, that's your first day. That's what you're gonna be doing all day, day one. And when you're leaving, getting your stuff back in to go is your last day. Say happy to hear that group. Okay. Dana says that's the kind of unity that's needed. It took someone who saw a need for it and to make it all happen. It takes one to start a movement and create a new way to break free from certain system. Let me tell you something, and thank you for that, Dana. Let me tell you something. That's exactly what this felt like. You just summed it up, what I've been trying to describe. This was a movement. I I feel like something happened this time. I feel like something important happened. All the other camps that I've had, I felt great. We had a great time, but it was always something missing. And whew, good God, baby girl, you killing me. I don't know what you done got yourself into. Thank you for that, Magnolia. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you so much. I feel like like I said, all the other ones until she stanked me out the house. All the other ones have been great. All the other meetups been wonderful. All the other people been great and everything. This one though, this one, something happened different. All of the other ones was great, but it was one thing missing, and I could never put my finger on what was missing. I know what it was because it happened at this one. And it was that sense of movement. This was not just a couple of friends getting together and having a good time. Something important happened at this meetup. I'm talking about something historical. You mark my word, people gonna be talking about this. Something happened here, and I was glad to be part of it. This was not just a bunch of people that met and ended up being friends and just met up, had a good time. Something important happened tonight. I feel it was so important and so groundbreaking. The couple people that stumbled in on our camp and the couple helicopters that flew just around our campsite and went back the other way. Missy Hawk, you saw what I'm talking about? That's how I didn't want to startle the group. But these people that kept riding a bike into our off branch, out in the middle of the woods, community deep, seemed suspicious to me. It wasn't, oh, we're just going on a bike ride and just happen to turn down in the woods where y'all at. No, no. This helicopter that flies over once a day and then does a whole U-turn around our campsite and goes back the other way. I didn't want to startle the group. But in my mind, I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? This isn't just helicopter. I could see it flying just straight over and just gone. But twice a day, a single bicycle or two bicyclists will wander in and look bewildered, ride bikes very slow, and leave our camping area. And I just felt like they must know this is something serious too. That's how I felt. I felt like people are being nosy because they think something powerful is happening here and we want to know what it is. That's how I felt. I can't speak for everybody. That's how I felt. Everybody said something and everybody got that sense of urgency and they would kind of look at me and I'd be like, but I promise you this, okay? I promise you this. I felt like I felt like I was being spied on for a second. If it was a bunch of people in the woods acting a fool, I don't think nobody would have showed up. I don't think anybody would have showed up. But the quietness, the smiles, the laughter, the classrooms, the teachings was offsetting for some folks, I think. Off-putting. Because they didn't expect that. They expected us to come in there and all they was gonna be hearing is Tupac twerking and drinking and acting a fool. Came around and you saw smiles and laughter. You listened, all you heard, only music you heard was Luther Vandross. You didn't hear all no kind of mumbling and nothing. You heard music, music. You saw togetherness, no fighting. You saw cleanliness or organization. That's the big word right there. And they said, we got to keep our eye on that one. Every day y'all go around there and, let me see what's going on, right? Y'all report back to me. That's how I felt. I know I might be thinking too far ahead, but that's how I feel. All right. Anyway, that's it, you guys. I appreciate everybody for coming. I appreciate and I appreciate everybody for joining the club, that joined the club and came and supported. I appreciate everybody that joined the club and could not make it. Cause oh my God, Missy Hawk said, yeah, that was crazy that they came through every day, once or twice a day, same people, right? That was getting weird to me. Y'all didn't come to this campsite to come and see us every day. I didn't want to hear that. And even if you made a mistake the first day, because we purchased that whole area. If you made a mistake and made the wrong turn one day, you ain't going to do that 5 days in a row. You know. Danny says, unity and togetherness make elites nervous, especially when they can feel the change in organization brewing up. Yes, it's true. It's very true. We didn't do anything that they expected us to do, which was act a fool. When we act a fool, they be like, leave them alone. Let them destroy themselves. They'll be all right. Why you gotta aim your butt another direction? Look at this. You gotta aim your butt another direction, sister. Can you aim it another way? Huh? Cause you tearing my nose up. You gonna shave my beard off with the funk. Come here. You gonna tear off my nose. Come here. So every day is interesting. Too much organization. Yes. Too much organization and too much equipment that nobody knew about. Exactly. Very true. Very. I heard her feelings. I told her she stank and her ears went down. She stinks. Any questions, y'all? Ain't this crazy? Did anybody have a trailer that they were using as a shelter? I brought my trailer, but I didn't use it as a shelter because we just had too much equipment. I used mine as a storage, like a storage facility. I let everybody look in it. The trailer that I've been building, I let everybody look in it when we did tour of the tents, but it wasn't set up. We slept in a tent, me and Lady Led, like everybody else. The idea was to, the first idea was to, set the trailer up and sleep in it. But then I was like, we'll just turn the trailer into a kitchen area So I parked a certain kind of way. Never ever got around to that at all. Never got around to setting up. As a matter of fact, we set up a central kitchen location for the entire camp. So we really did. I didn't cook nothing at my camp, at my private camp. We did everything at the center. I'm gonna call it the town square. We did all the cooking at the town square. If somebody cooked anything in their own private camp, that was up to them. But they didn't have to because all the equipment was at the town square. We had pots, pans, griddles, grills, stove tops, you name it, propane. We had everything and all the essentials that we needed to cook whatever you wanted. What is that called? A mess hall. We had a central mess hall. Look at that. Move that. Look, don't show your butthole to people. Don't be showing your butt to people. Mm-mm. She been tripping on my beard too. You see this? She don't like. She don't. I don't know if she like it or she do like it. Cause now she keep on sniffing it. I try to keep it clean, you know, because I didn't know I never thought about washing a beard. You got to wash beard like you wash your hair. I never had one like that. So, oh, okay, yeah. Yes, they are funny. Every day she look at it like, why is you got this on you? She'll rub it, feel it, sniff on it. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. Smell crazy. What? I ain't about to get it. She want to get up and go play. I'm not going nowhere. So, hey everybody, I want to say thank you for coming through. Th- Stop aiming it at me. Why you gotta aim it at me though? Hmm. So, I want to say thank you to everybody for coming in and just hearing me talk for a minute. I'm glad you guys uh, had questions that I could answer. Just thank you. Thank you for your support. And I want to say thank you for the people that even donate and support the club and don't even belong to the club. Your donations help make this movement even better. So I want to thank you too, all, especially everybody that gave a super chat today and all days, the people you help support make this incredible and it helps us build something that's needed. I don't have other words to say. Um, can the outdoor shower provide warm water? Yes, it's a heated outdoor shower. Okay. So yeah, thank you everybody. All right, I'm gonna get on out of here. I was trying to wait to the 90-minute mark, so it'll be an hour and a half. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Thank you, growing what I eat. Thank you, my brother. Say thank you for all the encouragement and the community led. Thank you, and I mean that. I want to say thank you for being out there doing the doggone thing too, bro. I mean that. It's a lot of people on this platform still doing good things. Um, you can reach out to there is a cash app on my description in my video. Under on my channel, there's a cash app donation on there, which that cash app goes directly to supporting and helping build Camp Club 73. So thank you for asking how could you donate, because I would rather, if somebody gonna help me, I would that help goes to the foundation of building this up. So thank you for that, Katina. Thank you, my sister. All right, everybody have a wonderful night. I'll catch you later. Oh, I got real quick. I tested a lot of equipment while I was there. That was a total wash, thumbs down, and I will not be introducing those products because I wanted to put them through a real life test, and they was whack. So I wanted to let y'all know that too. This was a perfect time for me to exercise that, and those products failed miserably. So, with that being said, I'm going to be putting out more product videos coming this week. All right. So thank you guys. Lead Farmer 73. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm out. Peace.